Alright, so the last, and in my opinion, the weirdest sound on the requested list. So for any of you who have watched K.I.M from France, he does that little squeaky sound, or also Hutch does it as well, and it sounds like this. My face looks ridiculous. Well, you don't see how ridiculous the face may look because they always have the mic. But anyway. So, I'll have to teach you this sound by also teaching you another sound. So it'll be kind of like this will be a 2-in-1 tutorial. So, if you've ever heard of Robeat, this guy from Germany, he was the vice champ in 2010, 11, whatever, the year that Bobby came on and became champ. He was the vice champ. And he does the snare that sounds like this. And I'll have to teach you that first because that really helps. Or one helps the other, whatever. So, Robeat Snare first. The way you should do this one, and I kind of tried to learn it from J-Dub's old tutorials. Don't search him, he doesn't exist anymore on YouTube. His channel does, but I don't think he has any more videos. He took them all off or something. So the Robeat Snare. You can also look up other tutorials if you want to figure this out if I'm not doing a good enough job. So, basically, the Robeat Snare, it's well, it sounds like this. And the way you do the snare, it's actually quite simple. It took me so long to figure out. I kept thinking it was but that's a different snare. That's a TSH snare. A very simple, crude way to do it, and it's not going to sound good at first if you're learning it this way. It's not going to sound good when you're learning it. Basically, stick your tongue out, and then take your upper lip and just put it over your tongue, like this. Just kind of like lock it down over the tongue, and then literally just shoot air out. That is going to sound like that at first. But then if you get more of if you practice going like, which is literally just saying TSH, it's, using the power of your tongue to push the air out, almost like a hi-hat. It's like that. This one uses more of your lungs though, so it's like also he likes to do a lip oscillation with that, like that. I don't know, I don't use the Robeat Snare almost ever, or the K.I.M sound for a matter of fact. Basically, that's a snare. I think it sounds kind of interesting sometimes, but I can never find a good beat to use it in. And just practice. Don't stick your tongue all the way out like, because then you get more of like a kick. But it's kind of a bit of your tongue under your upper lip, and then do a like a hard T. Just I'm making it purposely like a bit off so you guys can see how the change goes, but and yes, if you can get kind of a similar face going on when you do that, you're doing it right. It's kind of nice. It has a good kick to it. But anyway, so this sound, I went over it. I skimmed over it a bit. Send me a message if you need any more help with that specific sound. But that sounds very important to learning how to do the K.I.M squeak sound, and definitely the second took a lot longer. So this K.I.M squeak sound, it sounds like, I'm not great at it, but that's how he does this. That's how your face will look. Yeah. And K.I.M and Hutch, they can do it like consistently. I have to like suck in air every two. But anyway, so take what you learned from the Robeat Snare, and instead of going like all out, I want you to focus the air a bit more. The way you do this sound is kind of like the Robeat Snare. It's basically the same exact thing, but you want the air to be small. So instead of a big, it's just gonna be like. Also, you're gonna use your throat, your neck muscles, and when you push air out, like when you're going, or you're using your tongue. You're doing that. That's how you're gonna push the air out onto your lip. Just It's literally just, but instead of going with your lungs, just. Yeah, it's actually quite a simple sound. When somebody asked me, yo, do you know how to do the K.I.M squeak? And I was like, the K.I.M what? And then he showed it to me. The video I learned it from is I actually got to see, it was like Hutch, Alexinho, and some other person. It's one of Papuni's videos. I can see Hutch just going. Like, I just saw his mouth position. I'm like, oh. That's how he did it. Of course, I don't do it consistently at all. I don't really use the sound. I think it's a bit weird. But yeah, K.I.M is very good at it, obviously. Hutch is very good at it. I don't know if anybody else is good at it. HS can do it pretty well. He does just like, he'll like. He does that. Yeah. So basically just practice your Robeat Snare, practice your K.I.M squeak. They're both pretty much the same sound, just with different breathing techniques and different focus. And this is also an oddly requested sound. But yeah, if you have any other questions, still, inbox me. Also, I have not put this in a video yet, but you guys should all come to the Midwest Beatbox Battle 2013 in Columbus, Ohio. Turtle. Yeah, this is the shirt from last year. My name's on the back. It's in Columbus, Ohio this year, not Youngstown. And I'm going to be there. It's basically just the Midwest Beatbox Battle put up by Shut Your Mouth and Beatbox. Shut Your Mouth and Beatbox. I'm terrible. But yeah, if you can look us up at symab.com or midwestbeatboxbattle.com, shutyourmouthandbeatbox.com. I'm part of the crew there. Yeah, we're Midwest Beatbox. Bring it on. Open eliminations. Let's see, open eliminations. There's already 7 people who are declared. The 8th person will be declared in a ventrilo battle. I'm going. Plenty of really good beatboxers from all around the country going, and Scott Jackson, Papuni, and yes, K.I.M is coming to the Midwest Beatbox Battle. So you could even learn it from him instead of me watching my videos. But yeah, so that's all there is to that. The only other tutorials I have left are the hard bass, and mic holding techniques. So yeah, I guess I'll do those soon. See you around.